Hey there, young inventor. Welcome to another exciting adventure with TinkerLab. Today, we're going to explore something that's all around you. It's in your toys, your tools, and even in your own body. That's right, we're talking about mechanics and simple machines. But don't worry, that's just a fancy way of saying how things move and how we use forces to push, pull, lift, launch, and build amazing stuff. So, what is a simple machine? It's a tool that helps us do work with less effort. That means it makes things easier to move or lift. There are six classic types of simple machines, but in TinkerLab, we're going to play with a few that are super fun, like levers, springs, elastic bands, and even chain reactions. Let's start with one of the most powerful machines in the world, the lever. A lever is just a stiff bar that turns on a point called a fulcrum. Imagine a seesaw in a playground. That's a perfect example of a lever. You push down on one side and the other side goes up. Levers help you lift heavy things, throw objects, or even cut through stuff, like a pair of scissors. Can you find a lever in your home? Maybe a door handle, a spoon, or even a stapler? Now let's talk about something super exciting. Stored energy. Stored energy is called potential energy. It's the energy something has because it's been stretched, squished, or held up high. A stretched rubber band is full of energy, just waiting to snap back. When you let go, snap, that energy becomes motion, or what scientists call kinetic energy. Can you think of a toy that uses stored energy? Maybe a slingshot, a wind-up car, or a spring-loaded frog? Let's dive deeper into elastic force. Rubber bands, springs, and even balloons all use something called elastic force. When you stretch something elastic, it wants to go back to its shape. That's the elastic force pulling it back. In TinkerLab, we'll use rubber bands to launch paper frogs, shoot shurikens, and power balloon cars. Cool, right? Now let's meet a special pair of spinning friends, gears. Gears are wheels with teeth. When one gear turns, it makes the other gear turn too, but in the opposite direction. Gears are used in clocks, cars, bikes, and robots, anywhere we want to change speed or direction. Try turning two gears with your fingers. Can you figure out which way the second one will spin? And what happens when one thing triggers another? That's called a chain reaction, like when you tap one domino and they all fall down. In TinkerLab, we'll build stick bombs that pop open with explosive energy. One tiny move starts a wave of motion. But simple machines aren't just in science kits, they're everywhere. Your scissors are levers. Your bike uses gears. Your trampoline uses springs. Even your finger has joints that work like little levers. What simple machine do you think is hiding inside a stapler or a remote control car? Let's keep thinking like engineers. Now here's what we'll be building in the next few TinkerLab lessons. A catapult that launches pom-poms using levers. A rubber band gun that shows off stored energy. A jumping frog that springs to life. A crossbow powered by elastic tension. A stick bomb that unzips with a chain reaction. And even a bridge that stands without glue or tape. Every time you build something, test it, or change it, you're thinking like a real engineer. Why did my frog jump so far? What happens if I change the angle of my catapult? Can I make it fly higher or farther? Asking questions is how inventors make things better. Let's review what we've learned. Levers help us lift and launch. Stored energy becomes motion. Elastic force snaps things back. Gears spin together to change direction and speed. And chain reactions start a wave of motion. You're about to turn simple ideas into moving machines. Get your materials ready, and let's build, test, and tinker together.